A little bit about how we configure events on our website. So if you look at the front page of thisisouranthem.com, there's one quick spot that things come in. So we have an events plugin. This directly links to our events calendar. So whatever events you're creating there are then getting populated here based on just their chronological order. So this is our next event is a volunteer appreciation night. Then we've got our gatherings coming up on the weekend here. So as I go into maybe even just the back end here, let's look at the calendar. So this is just thisisouranthem.com/events. It's right here. But same thing. So there's the volunteer appreciation night. You've got our different events, things like that. So this is kind of how it populates on the front end of the website. If we go in and look at the volunteer appreciation night, or actually let's look at like Hayden. So this is the event. This is last Sunday for the current video. And this is actually a recurring event, so it's a part of a series, and I'll just briefly kind of cover over that stuff, but if you know a bit about Google Calendars, it's going to be a really similar process to that. It creates unique events, and a lot of it's automated, so we've got a pretty strong plugin on our website. We use a plugin called Events Calendar Pro, and it's a paid subscription model. We pay like an annual rate to be able to have this. So, but what it does, so we've got the title, date, place, there's a background image on it, we've got some content, and then a lot of the details. So what time the actual event's at, what date, if it's in a category, if where it is, what it is, people can click on it, find all the events. So this is a great tool, kind of for just like the down and dirty of every single like event that we do at the church. We developed this other area, the site called the news page, and so if you go here, this is great for just like a quick kind of snapshot of whatever's going on. So a lot of times, like the volunteer appreciation night, we just needed like a quick way to say like, hey, this is what's going on. Yes, it is at the Hayden campus, but we're not going to have like all the specific details. But if you want way more, you can click on this. And then as they go into that event, now all of a sudden they've got the ability to like find that specific location. So for somebody that maybe only attends our Coeur d'Alene campus, they'd have the ability to know the specific time and the date and all the more detailed parts, as well as maybe if they need to call or contact somebody. So try and use this as like the deepest informational piece, although a lot of this content gets just kind of repurposed through those different mediums, but that's kind of the goal with it. So if we're actually going to look at how to create an event, back end, here's the volunteer appreciation night. So I can just show you this as an example. Let's load up the front end of the website, and then we'll have the back end here too. So the volunteer appreciation night, you put the title in right there, and then tag this event category as well. Something that you can know about event categories is these colors right here. As you can tell, this one's different than these ones. All the gatherings, if it's tagged to gathering, so in this list right here, gatherings is going to come in teal, whereas all church will come in like with a light gray. Classes comes in red. Youth might come in a different color. So those are all configured in this event add-ons section. You can configure what color that is, but it just kind of helps when you're looking at the whole calendar to distinguish between all of that a little bit. So you can see a seniors event is green, gatherings teal, classes are like a light blue, things like that. So just so you kind of understand the category. It's also great for just feeds in the future as any of that stuff gets built out. If you wanted the youth page to only show youth events, then you've got it right there. So the volunteer appreciation night, there it is. It'll load a permalink in there for you, as well as any of the content. This location data is all kind of hard loaded into it, so the venues are actually created individually. You can edit that venue, but for our Hayden campus, it's just going to be the standard address that it's always at. Sometimes I might try and like have a bold line down here maybe that says specifically like this event is in the multi-purpose room or something like that. A lot of times people need a little bit more context than just Hayden campus. So be mindful of that. As far as date and time go, pretty straightforward. and then the featured images are all set up, and then reoccurring events are set through this tool right here. So you can configure that. It's all done pretty much exactly the same way as a Google Maps or a Google client.